the Gen X Glam and Gab channel here on YouTube. It is fantastic to see everyone, whether you're new, whether you're coming back, whether you're here because you like my cat Zeno. Welcome to everyone. I'm your host, Mom in the Basement, getting ready for work, doing a little bit of glam and doing a little bit of gab. Today I thought I would do a video since I'm sorting through all my makeup. I've mentioned that in previous videos. I'm sorting through everything again. I'm doing another deep dive. And so I have everything out and I can see everything really clearly now that the rain is gone. No. But seriously, I thought let's do a video with some things that I think were misses for me. And I don't want to necessarily say they were 2024 misses because, you know, I'm not sure if most of this stuff I think did drop in 2024, but they were just things that I've purchased in the past year that weren't big hits for me. And some of them you've probably seen me use in other videos and call out for not being great hits. I've already got my skincare down. I used some e.l.f. toner and I used some magic cream. I didn't really go in with the serum today, just sort of patting it in, letting it pat in because I'm going to use a primer. I have a primer to share. And you know, this one is all over the internet being reviewed, or it was, and a lot of people I think would put this in their misses for 2024. And I've said before it wasn't a great hit for me, but so this is a foam primer. Okay, this is a foam primer, and you don't really need a lot of it, and it's from Milk. And I bought it and I was like, it's okay, I'm gonna keep it because I bought it kind of in the spring, and at that time I was really looking for stuff that was going to be lightweight for summer. And I thought that this would fit that bill. And it did. I took it with me this summer, but I mean, I'm not even, all right, I am halfway through it. I'm a little bit past halfway through it. And yeah, it's not gone yet. And I didn't end up using it as much as I thought I would this summer. And I'm sure it was in the like 30 to 40 Canadian, you know, price point range dollars. So it's not pilling with my magic cream. You know, it doesn't feel, it's not a grippy primer. It doesn't even really feel like a moisturizing primer. And, you know, a lot of folks don't even use primer. So I think I just fell into the cuteness of it all and thought, oh, it looks so lightweight. And yeah, it's nothing special. It's nothing special. All right. And that's like, I don't really hate any of the products that I've got a lot, by the way. I pulled out some to use in this video and I've got this whole like bin full of them. And I probably have more because there are a few more nooks and crannies I need to get into down here in my glam basement in preparation for the big sort that's going to happen this weekend. All right, let's go ahead and go on with the lip gloss. Again, there's nothing against, I don't know, there's nothing against this. I don't hate it, but it's a Maybelline Lifter lip gloss. I just don't use it that much. It's not one that I tried and said, oh, I have to, you know, this is the thing. If I like a lippy product, it makes it into one of my bags or it makes it into my desk. And I have multiple desks and multiple bags. And then, you know, it usually gets a pretty good prime time spot here at the glam table. This never made it into a bag. It got thrown in the sort of like meh drawer. I did have like a meh drawer. And I don't know, it doesn't have a scent to it. I don't think it's anything special. There's not a ton of pigment. It's just your standard gloss. And it probably was I probably paid like $8 for it. And $8 in the drugstore aisle is a decent investment. I mean, for $8 in the Essence gondola, I could get 3 products. Like if I was really, really mindful, I could probably get 3 products because, you know, like $1.99 for like a lip liner or eyeliner from Essence, you can make it go a long way. Even their lip oils, fantastic. All right, I'm trying a little bit of grip now that Milk primer has set down a little bit more. Now let's go in with these Who Drops from Glow Recipe. Why? I don't hate them, but I significantly regret the decision that I made to buy them. Let's shake them up a little bit. Pretty much all the drops were a miss for me, but I tried them all except for Drunk Elephant. I got a mini Drunk Elephant, I think in a Sephora Faves, but I did not buy the full size Drunk Elephant drops, but I did try the e.l.f. drops. I tried the Charlotte Tilbury drops. I tried the Glow Recipe, and there's probably more that I think Physicians Formula. All right, how are we going to do this? I think I'm going to put it, there it is, blend it out. I mean, like I say, it's not, I don't hate it, but I do wish I wouldn't have bought it. That was, I'm sure this was like definitely in the 30 to, 40 some buck range, whereas I could have bought, now, now that I look back on stuff that I bought that I regret and I didn't take back in time, and I've sort of finding my way around the market pretty comfortably now. I just think like, oh, I could have put that money towards, I could have put that money towards this, my favorite Shiseido, or, my favorite Clarins, or, some other, like, now that going on year 3 now of my midlife makeup crisis collecting, I feel like 2025 has got to be a hit. I've got to jive in 2025 on my makeup collection, because I'm going to be a much more conscientious consumer next year when it comes to the makeup space. I think I'm going to have better impulse control and resisting the gimmicks, because some of the stuff that's in my regret bin, it was kind of like a gimmick buy. It was kind of like, oh, I want to try that. That looks so cool. But then when you do that, like how many times over, then you might be sitting here with a bit of regret products, which is kind of where I'm at. But I don't know. I kind of chalk it up to live and learn. There's consequences for choices. We've talked about that before too. All right. So, I mean, it's like a little glow bronzy look. It's hard for me to tell, but I think it's pretty blended in. Let's go look at this. I wish I could find my It Cosmetics concealer, because that thing was also a hit. And that one was like in the 18 to 20 some dollar price point, and it's like a little concealer, comes in a tube like that, and it's rather thick, and it wasn't a hit for me. This is L'Oreal True Match. Hey, Barb W, but it's not the foundation. This is just a correcting cream for eyes. And to be fair to this product, to be fair to any eye correcting product that I have bought, they inevitably all get compared to this NARS Under Eye Brightener or my Fenty, and they lose. So what do I learn for 2025? Just stick to what you've learned works, right? And I've learned what the best sort of on the market color corrector under eye brightener products are for me. There's no reason for me to go into those, wade into those waters in 2025. I'm just going to stick to what I know works. So I think that there's nothing wrong with this product. I actually don't even remember buying it. And that's bad, because when you're a collector, granted I'm collecting makeup, but still, when you're collecting anything, generally speaking, you have some sort of recollection of when something you've acquired hit your collection. And for a lot of my makeup, I do. Oh, I remember I bought that at this drugstore. Or, oh yeah, I remember, that brand sent me a spam email that said they were having a mad sale or offering great gifts with purchases. So I ran over and bought this, and oh, maybe I shouldn't have. I don't know. But so this one I don't necessarily remember. Might have been on a trip to the States, because there were some products I bought at a CVS pharmacy one time last year when I went to the States, and I just was throwing things in my little basket. But I mean, I needed a little bit of coverage, so I pulled it out. Again, it sits in the meh. Am I saying that right? The meh. The so-so drawer. It sits in the makeup so-so drawer, and it doesn't seem to get a lot of prime time used. But the formula is still good. I think there's nothing wrong with it. I could take it for travel, because again, like I've shared my theory on travel products. Take your so-so products, because what if you lose a holy grail? And then you're going to be bummed. This is a Milani Conceal Peach. This applicator here, very similar to the Charlotte Tilbury contour blush wands. Charlotte was, I think, the first sort of big makeup company that came out with this sort of applicator with the spongy sponge. And I've tried several of them. Again, what a mess. I just squeezed it a tiny, tiny, tiny bit, and I have this huge mess I have to deal with now. Let's just put this over to the side. As usual, I'm in a mad hurry. If you're new to my channel, I usually say, I'm in such a hurry. And I am. We hit the first snowfall, big snowfall yesterday. And I'm honestly really nervous about driving, but I'm just trying not to think about it. I have to do 2 school drop-offs today, so I am in actually a bigger hurry than I'm letting on. But anyway, when Milani came out with their sort of wand applicator blushes, this is specifically a concealer with peach undertones, which is the kind of concealer I like. I tried it. I tried, this, again, the product, the formula, I don't mind it one bit. I like the brightness. I love the peachy undertone, when I'm trying to, kind of conceal or brighten down my T-zone, under eye area, nose contour area. I just don't like the applicator part of these wands. The best brand, and I'm going to cite it again, and you won't see anything. I think I'm going to try to go through my bin over the next rest of the week and until we get through it all, and to truly show you. So this will be like part 1 of, I'm calling it Deep Dive December, and that has many meanings. That could mean deep diving into the collection to do a declutter. That could be just deep diving into life, particular part of my life that I got to take a deep dive into before the new year, sort some things out before I get my fresh start in 2025. But no, not a fan of the sponge applicators. The brand that I found the best was Essence, and that is a brand that you will not find in any of my regrets, because it's such an affordable brand. If I did have a miss in it, it really did not cost me that much, and I probably enjoyed trying it out. There's a huge difference between buying like a kitschy or a gimmicky product, that's like $4.99, $5.99, $6.99, versus buying one that's like 18, 21, 25, 30 some and higher in the price point. All right, we don't have a lot more to go because I do have to go, and I only pulled out so much, and I don't think I'm going to use these, but I do want to show them. These are Lancôme. I love Lancôme. I hate to even say anything about Lancôme, but these were a miss for me. They are liquid eyeshadows. They have the plastic spade applicator. I reviewed them when they came out. They're nice colors, and I think this is another, this is another product where it's not necessarily the product, it's the consumer. I should have known better that, a liquid eyeshadow was just not something that was going to be, a fit for me. Because I've said before, my eyes, I feel, show the vintageness of my skin. They crease the most. I'm just putting a little bit on. I'm gonna have to, they crease the most, so I just try to be very minimalistic. Oops, I didn't know I had something still on there. Yeah, I just try to be really minimalistic around the eye area, because I don't like to look in the mirror and see the creases. Speaking of a mirror, I need to see what kind of damage I did there. Not much. I'm gonna brush, I'll dust it with some powder, and everything will be just fine. All right, we need some color. So I pulled out, where'd the other blush go? Here it is. I pulled out these NYX Butter Melt blushes. I was so excited for these to come out. So excited. And then they came out. They're like bricks. Boom! They're so heavy. You open it up and you're like, is there supposed to be a mirror there? What the heck? I've said before, like a nice clear cover where you can see the product through. I don't know, like, what is this space? It just looks like such an afterthought, and they're so heavy. And I thought that the formula would be a lot more like, I don't know, creamier, but this is, they're highly pigmented. So I found that they were very hard to work with. Look at that. It's just like, boom, it's stuck on my cheek. Now, granted, I just randomly put it there, right? So that's, again, human error, but fault of the consumer. Oh man, this is gonna mess up those Who drops that are under there. Let's see if we can fan it out. But this is what I don't like about this product. And and Nick should know better. Nick should know that many of us out there are not super pros. We don't know, I've watched videos, and videos have said with these Buttermelt blush products, because they are so pigmented, they're so powerful in that department, you really need the big fluffy brushes to apply them, right? And for those of us that it's very important to lift the product up, we don't want it sort of dragging down here, because on the vintage skin, that just brings the whole face down. Product like this is very, very hard to work with. I mean, you have to be so, so, so precise, or it's just going to be all over your face. So, I mean, I guess that was the big beef with me. Big beef with this. Let's try just a tiny bit, because I do need, I'm going to just go on the highest points of my cheek. I'm just going to get in there, and I am going to take a huger fluffy brush and try to like just smooth out those edges. But I mean, boom, that's it. I don't necessarily want to go to work with an experimentation face. Speaking of experimentation faces, my fake face came. Look at this. It's like I came with 6 silicone masks, and this is like the holder right here. Look at that. And so theoretically, I can do a full beat on this guy. Gal? We'll find out. It's gonna be a girl. I think it'll be a girl. So 6 of these things. And it's just called like fake makeup face. I'm so excited. I thought it was lost, and it was just put on the side of the house that we never get packages. But let me tell you this story. Amazon is like, okay, this is lost, can't find it. They said, wait 24 hours because most packages are found within 24 hours. Isn't that what they say when there's a missing person? Like, people try to report missing people, and then the authorities are like, oh, well, most missing people are found within 24 hours. That was the case in my fake face. But you know what? Doggone it. They were right. We found it. I sent my son out to shovel snow yesterday, and he found it on the side of our house where we literally never get packages delivered. I have no idea what the deliverer person was thinking, but yeah, anyway, that's good news though. It was found. All right, I kind of have to go. I'm just gonna set this with a little bit of my powder. This is the MCO Beauty sort of knockoff of, you know, the Charlotte Tilbury palette, which is right. No, is this my empty? Yeah, this is my empty. Remember how I said I want to do a video showing empties? I found this when I was looking for my so-so products. But as you can see, let's just see. Let me look the similarities. Whoops, let's turn it around. I mean, similarities are there. Gold. You know, this is supposed to be a dupe for this. And I got it because I bought into many of the... I bought into a fair amount of MCO Beauty. I'm just taking my fluffy brush, and I'm just going to do some wide sweeping around my face. Yeah, I wanted to try a lot of them to compare them against, because I had some of the original products that this thing was intended to dupe. MCO Beauty, this Australian brand, right? That's out there. If you haven't heard of MCO Beauty, they're a brand out of Australia, and they like to do their fair amount of dupes in the packaging, especially. It's uncanny. It is uncanny, some of this packaging. And so that and it's in the so-so pile, because I'm like, I got sucked in. It's not bad though. This is not a bad formula. I showed it to my beauty school teacher, and she actually liked it a lot. The Charlotte Tilbury is way better. But so it's a so-so. It's not a major regret. I kind of am glad I have it in my collection. But of all the, you know, I didn't make a lot of misses in the powder. In the setting powder department, although there is one that I have almost never used. Let's just look at it. This is a Fenty Beauty, and let's try this out tomorrow, but I've barely used it. You know, it's a nice little, she calls it her universal, it's just a setting powder, instant setting blotting powder. I just never got into it, never really used it. I feel like I need another pop of color somewhere. I pulled out this REM sort of face stick, REM Beauty, and I like you saw me going crazy over the Wicked Glinda Glow Drops. I mean, I like a lot of the REM stuff, but this one wasn't necessarily a hit for me, and I think it's just because I have this shade in other brands that I like better. You know, I used my Clinique Chubby Sticks yesterday. I have this shade, similar shade in one of my Clinique sticks. I have my House Labs kind of all over face chubby stick, if you will. It does like the Clinique and the House Lab. Lip and cheek sticks look so similar. Anyway, it just wasn't a big hit, and I'm probably not going to get all through it. It's not going to make the rotation even enough to get a quarter of the way through. Unless this thing's got some staying power and it hangs around for years on end, I'm not going to declutter. I'm not going to throw it away. It just, like I say, it doesn't make the rotation. It's in the so-so drawer. All right, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, I hope you are well. I appreciate you hanging out with me, going through my so-so bin, and we're going to keep at it because this is Deep Dive December. All right, take care. I'll see you in the next video.